Just remember last year this time we're in a fucking cage, boo, okay?
You remember. I like to forget that.
I say be happy with what you got.
You'll be happy. Me, I want what's coming to me.
Or what's coming to you from me?
The world, Chico. And everything in it.
Daily Edition.
Leon Rose's success as an NBA executive, particularly with the New York Knicks, can be attributed to a few key factors that have made him stand out. This man is on Ujiri level. This man is on, who's the dude at OKC level, all right? The one thing we were excited about was his relationships around the league. As a former player agent, Leon Rose has a vast network of relationships with players, coaches, executives throughout the NBA. He used to also represent stars like LeBron James, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and that gave him a strong understanding of players' needs and desires. And this is what we really was looking forward to when we signed him. This helped him build trust and credibility as the New York Knicks president of basketball operations. But when he came on and he started talking about his strategic patience, unlike past Knicks regimes that made hasty short-term moves, Leon Rose exercised his patience. He avoided flashy but risky trades or signings that could have hampered the team's long-term flexibility. Instead, Leon Rose prioritized building a sustainable winning culture and not rushing into deals just for immediate gratification. The man made smart draft decisions, hiring a team who can do that. The Knicks under Rose have made some smart draft selections, picking up key talents like Emmanuel Quickley in the past and Quentin Grimes and Obi Toppin, all who were later traded. These players contributed to the team's depth, development without demanding immediate star-level performance. And eventually they got us to a point where we have a winning roster. But something that's going to always be impressive is Leon Rose showing a knack for signing impactful team-oriented players rather than chasing every big name in free agency. One of the man's most notable moves was signing Jalen Brunson. Everybody laughed at him when he did so. A player who is transformed into a legitimate superstar. After Leon Rose brought him in on one of the league's most reasonable contracts. The Brunson deal stands out as one of the best free agent signings in NBA history. Barkley said it, and he was right. His ability to bring in players like Derrick Rose when we needed him, and trade for pieces like Josh Hart, also shows his eye for talent that fits within the system he's trying to build. And when we talk about build, let's talk about the culture rebuild and the stability here in the Garden. One of the biggest accomplishments of Leon Rose's tenure has been bringing a sense of stability and culture to a franchise that had been marked by dysfunction. The Knicks no longer are seen as a team in disarray, but as a destination now for serious basketball. Leon Rose worked alongside head coach Tom Thibodeau to make sure you created and fostered a culture of accountability, hard work, and defense. But let's talk about the cap flexibility and the asset management. Rose has positioned the Knicks to have flexibility maintaining cap space and a strong collection of draft picks. This allows the team to be active in future free agent markets, or even this free agent market, or trade discussions without being handcuffed by bad contracts. That's why we were able to get Cat, or even have a depleted assets cupboard. The Knicks can pivot towards a major move as we have for the star that we wanted. And that opportunity was right now. All because Rose kept the books clean and bright for our future. But even more importantly, Leon Rose trusted in his internal development. Leon Rose's leadership, there's been a noticeable emphasis on developing the young players on the roster. Rather than shipping them out quick, he developed them, until other people valued them. He allowed players like R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and others to grow, rather than trading them right away in pursuit of aging stars. And right now, we still got Mitchell Robinson on the team, the longest standing Knick. But what I love is that he had a low drama leadership style. Rose's leadership style is quiet and behind the scenes. The man doesn't seek the spotlight, which is also a refreshing change in the New York Knicks organization, where public relations, because them doing so, had often been rocky. His calm and measured approach is completely different than the turbulence that surrounded the team previously. And that's provided us a steadying hand at the helm. So I'll say this, Leon Rose has been great, historic, because of his connections, his patience, the smart roster moves, the ability to bring stability to a franchise that desperately needed it. The man built a solid foundation for sustainable success, and he said he would do it. Avoiding the pitfalls of the past, positioning the Knicks for a bright future. The man is going to go down in the same conversation as Masai Ujiri and Sam Presti. Because in short order, without any help, up until now, without any help from any of the teams, the man took the talent he had. He brought in the people who could get the most out of him, from the head coach to the cap guard, to coaches, to veterans. And he instituted a culture that's Knick culture now. You work hard, you grind it out, you play minutes, you don't question the coach. And the moment anybody began questioning the coach, you out of here. You are out of here. Players quickly understood that there is no going around Tom Thibodeau to talk to Leon Rose. And that only happens in an organization where from the top to the bottom, everybody's on the same page. I'm not undercutting the coach. The coach makes the decisions that impact the play on the floor, that impacts wins and losses. And when you have an organization like that that respects each other, who are on the same page, then the players get in line too. And then you finally figure out that what the coach is saying equates to winning. It may not always look pretty, but is it effective? Leon Rose is moving mafia style. Real G's move in silence. Leon Rose is moving in silence, and I love every moment of it. Shout out to our guy, Leon Rose. Hopefully Executive of the Year for bringing the first NBA championship back to New York City. National holiday. Canyon of Heroes. Can you dig it? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there's no struggle, there is no progress. But remember this, whether it's in the real world or here in these YouTube streets here in Knicks Deli, we feed everybody. Everybody eats. I'm out. Peace.